If you think you are a mighty man in your neighborhood, you're mighty because of the God within you. Friend, if you think you have made it through hell and high water in this life out of luck, you're crazy. It's the God within you, baby. If you think you are a powerful sorcerer, witch, shaman, if you got the ability to bind demons, call them forward, make them do your will, know the science of countering them with the appropriate angle to control them and put them back, all these things are because of the God within you. Without this power, you would be of no value to nothing. Nothing. Without the power of the God that is within you, you would be of no power to any of these lesser gods. They wouldn't need you. And your life would be completely different. Everything in this life would be different as it related to you. A plant would be superior to you without the God within you. An ant would be superior to you without the God within you. You would be immediately rearranged in the hierarchy of things. This is why the angels that fell were demoted and they lost rank. How do you lose rank? You lost rank because you lost the essence of the God within you. Why do you think you're so important to them? They need it. It's everything. It's the highest commodity in this realm. It's more precious than anything. It's gold. And you know what else makes it even more precious and more rare? The type of oil that comes from one standing in the total alignment to it. The awakened one. It's everything. Yet what many are doing without realizing it, they are bartering off pieces of it for pennies on the dollar for nothing. All because they don't know what to do with it. They have no idea. And because it takes work to align to it. It takes work, dedication. So instead of doing that, you'll be like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to align to it. I don't want to really have to spend my whole life doing that. I'll just align to this other entity that has some knowledge on the back doorway of using it, and I'll just bask in the luxuries of the creations. And that's what's going on. Yeah, it is this God force that emanates everything that we think is powerful. When you see, I hear many people talking about King James, and because King James has a book called The Demonology. And it's a book that King James wrote or was part of creating. And it was a book about binding demons and how to overcome the tactics of demons and how to use various methods of witchcraft and using these demons to invoke your will in the world. And many people are like, King James was, don't read that King James Bible. That King James was binding demons and this and that. That's ignorance. We've got to fall in love with the fascination of God. We've got to delve deeper into the truths of this book because this Bible is a multi-layered book. Like I said, it's something for the children. It's something for the little infants in spirit. It's something for the teenagers in spirit. It's something for the middle-aged people in spirit. Early 20s. It's something for those in your 30s in spirit. It's something for those in your 50s and 60s in spirit. It's levels to this book. All of which is bound within the pages of this book. But if you don't know it and you read it with a ulterior motive or a preconceived objection, you will not get what it has to give you. It's like a wand. If you find someone's magic wand, it doesn't mean anything. So what? That's someone's magic wand. It'll never work for you. It's the same way with this book. It's somewhat like a magic wand. You must approach it from a particular perspective to get what you need or what it has to give you from it. And what you get at that perspective, after pondering it, will leave you with the longing and a fascination that you are marinating on, so that when you come back and approach it again, it gives you more. It's like a door that unlocks to another door and another door and another door. This whole demonology thing, I did a podcast on it, I'll probably upload it tomorrow, is surrounding King Solomon, David's son, King David's son. We know King David was the most beloved by God. God loved King David. Blessed him in a way that nobody else in the Bible was blessed. The whole tribe of Judah is a tribe of David. Yet King David's son would be the one coming forward, petitioning God to give him the keys to the demonic realm. Before King Solomon came forward to God, petitioning him for the keys of the demonic realm, nobody had it. Surely they had sciences. They were doing miraculous things in this world, but they didn't have the keys. What God did with King David was he gave David protection, absolute protection from the demonic realm as long as he abided by the law. And he gave him the knowledge of how to enter it, to call it forward, to bind it, and to make it, force it, to do its will, to do his will. Now, not to get too deep into that, the demonic realm is a very tricky realm. This is an unpredictable, chaotic realm. It has a whole set of laws all to itself. It's kind of like the sea, whereas you have maritime law. It has its own level of laws. And for God to give King Solomon this knowledge was extremely volatile, because God himself had to know that King Solomon would be overtaken by these entities. They're volatile. They do not like to be controlled. They will always find a way. That's their nature. They were programmed to do that. It's not a good or bad thing. It is what it is. You've got to be able to enter into things and recognize the truths of them and then rest in the truth and not hope and fantasize and feel bad because it's not what you want it to be. You've got to be able to adjust. So King Solomon getting the keys to the demonic realm would introduce this realm to all of the house of Israel. It is said that King Solomon would use these demons to build the temples of God. I want to say the temple of Jerusalem. He would bind them and make them do the heavy labor. Yeah. So when you see King James writing a book on demonology, you see where it came from. It came from King Solomon. When you look at pentacles and pentagrams and Goetia and all types of Solomonic spiritual systems regarding these things, you will find that they have a heavy influence on planetary processions, alignments, powers, and they have a heavy influence on geometric shapes. But none of these things would really come together without the names and verbs of power. And all of these names and verbs of power are Hebraic. All of them. They're all in the Hebrew. Whether they're in the form of symbols or in the form of names. They're all angelic names. They all represent a particular angel or a particular angle of light. And they are all Hebraic. Why? Because God gave this system to Solomon. This is a system of the house of Israel. Yet many people think that they could, and I'm saying all these things because we don't give God the power that God deserves. The God of Israel. We seem to forsake the power of our own house and go to these other gods as if they are the ones with the knowledge and the power, and they're not. All they're doing is pimping your knowledge and your power out of ignorance, out of your ignorance. When you look at Abraham, you're looking at a master astronomer. I can't say it enough. When you look at Solomonic magic, you're looking at the merging of geometric signs, figures, symbols, names of angels, and the processions of the planets and planetary correspondences and energies. All of this is a marriage. It's a dance. It's a dance of all these things. And only a very profound alchemist is able to utilize these things and blend them with one another based upon intention and truths to make them sing or to be able to manifest a particular reality that they desire. It's mastery. And it was all of the house of Israel. When you look at Jacob, friend, much of the genetics that we see in the world today, you got to give over to Jacob. He laid the groundwork for almost all of it. He's a master geneticist. X's and Y's. When you look at David, and you look at the Star of David, you're looking at what you see in many of the Solomonic systems of what I just spoke to, pentagrams, pentacles. That's what you're looking at. You're also looking at a man that was able to